Thank you for joining me for practice. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel and share it with your family and friends. And in the description is a link to my Patreon account if you'd like to offer a donation. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you. So if you have a block, I'd like to begin sitting on the heels with the block in between the ankles. You can have it on the flat edge, the middle edge, or the tall edge. The tall edge doesn't have quite as much width, so you might want two, but allow the sit bones to sit back on that, and then have the heels just slightly to the outsides of the hips. Rest your hands comfortably in your lap. Place your left hand under your belly, right hand on top, the thumbs touch. It's opposite for men. And then with the eyes closed and a tall spine, take a moment just to feel. Root down through the sit bones, so whether they are able to touch the floor or you have them on the block. Feel that anchoring, and then a lift through the vertebrae, a lift through the crown. And while everything's extending upward away from that rooted grounding, keep your shoulders relaxed away from your ears. And really get the sense of be here now. That quality of being present, the source consciousness that is ultimately seated in the heart. And then from this place, begin to draw the breath in through the nostrils, trace it down the back of the throat, fill the chest, the ribs, the belly, feel it even touch the pelvic floor. And on the exhalation, lift the pelvic floor and navel in and up, pressing the breath out through the ribs, past the chest, and back out through the nostrils. So inhaling in and down and exhaling up and out. And as you watch that pattern, become aware of any areas the breath flows easily, but also to any areas there's a little bit of resistance. And where you encounter that resistance, see if you can bring your attention more into it. A lot of times when we feel some restriction in the body, we tend to skirt around the outside of it, especially if it's something like pain. But when we go directly into the heart of it and bring our conscious present moment awareness, we find that fairly quickly it begins to dissipate or lessen in intensity. So let your attention go right into those areas and see if they will soften for you. Just a few more rounds here. If you haven't already, add in your ujjayi breath, that ocean wave or whisper type sound. And then for this last moment here, just release the breathing and allow everything to settle. Grow quiet for a moment and just be. And bring your hands to your heart, let your thumbs touch your sternum and bow your head. And we'll set that as our intention for the practice today, to really take our conscious awareness into the areas that are tough, into the areas that maybe are a little tight, or perhaps there's a slight pain or ache there. And rather than avoiding it, be willing to see it fully and clearly. It's in the holding of space that pure love comes forward and true healing begins. When we see and when we hear from the heart. So we'll begin with the chant of Om 3 times. Take a deep breath in. And then take a long exhale out and just let go, purge. Another deep inhale in. Just lower your chin to your chest and slowly open your eyes. And we'll remove the block from the ankles. Come into tabletop position and we'll stretch out the legs. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Extend your right leg back. Press through the heel and just give a gentle bounce there to the back of the leg. And then switch. Tuck the left toes under. That little pumping action to help some blood flow. And you can switch back and forth at your pace until you feel the legs have just a little bit more flow there. Good. And then we'll join in tabletop position with the heart lifting, sit bones lifting, and then on the exhalation, pull the navel deeply in and up, round the back. Take the sit bones to the heels for child's pose. And we'll sweep the hands behind us, place them onto the sacrum. Inhale, stand on your knees, bring your right arm up and over your head from the front. Feel that stretch along the front body, and then exhale, push the hand out to the side, turn your right cheek down into the mat, navel to the spine, and come back down. Right hand to sacrum. Left arm comes forward and up from the front, opening up. Feel the whole left side expand, and then push that arm away. Take your left cheek down into the mat, hand to sacrum, navel to spine. Again, inhale, right arm up. Forward and up, we want to feel that front line starting to open. Notice if there's any restriction. Exhale, push it away. Really use your core for support as you come down. Inhale the left arm up, expand. And exhale gently, push away, navel to spine, left cheek to mat. Good. 2 more on the right, 2 more on the left. Begin with your breath, please. And we'll work our breath towards an even inhale, even exhale count. Nice and smooth. Notice the mind staying present in the moment. And 1 more. Good, and then bring both arms up and over the head. And then exhale, swing them around to the back body and interlace the fingers into Yoga Mudra. And you can wiggle one shoulder and then the other and just kind of open up the heart. Lean back, let the knuckles sink down. Keep the hips in alignment with the knees and feel a lift through the heart. 2 more breaths here. Lift through the chin, but keep a little bit of space in the back of the neck. 1 more. And exhale, forward fold. Keep the knuckles where they are, navel to the spine, and let the crown of the head come down. Release the arms. Walk the hands forward in child's pose. Come up onto the fingertips. Let the heart dip through the shoulders. Walk the hands to the right. Let your left sit bone sink to the side. Let the left rib cage bow. And breathe here. And again, look for any areas that are sensitive, and then take your attention right into them. Inhale intensifies them for a moment. Exhale softens them. And then walk to the other side and do the same thing. So over to the left, let the right sit bone sink down, right rib cage bows. Breathe here. Good, and then come back to center. So we'll take our elbows down into the mat, wrap the hands around the middle part of the arms, interlace the fingers and press the forearms down, or spread the palms wide with the forearms parallel. And tuck the back toes under, lift the sit bones up and back for a dolphin variation of down dog, or forearm down dog. Now, if you'd like here, you can bend one knee and press the other heel down, then bend the other knee and press the other heel down. And just go back and forth a few times. And find your feet hip distance apart, turn your toes in slightly, heels out, roll your inner thighs in and back, and allow the sit bones to lift. Now, as the spine gets nice and long, draw the navel deeply in and up under the rib cage at the bottom of each exhalation. Head and neck is relaxed. Keep letting go. And rather than avoiding those areas of sensation in the body, go right into them. Bring your attention there. Last one. And then knees to floor, sit bones to heels, round the back, embryo, just rest. Hands go by the heels, shoulders are soft. Crown of the head is sinking deeply into the earth. Good, tabletop position. You're going to lift your left arm up in the air, rotating your navel to the left for a moment, and then thread that arm through the hole and roll over onto your left shoulder. So threading the needle, right hand onto the floor at a right angle. You're going to push the floor away from you, tucking that shoulder blade just a little bit deeper underneath the body. Head and neck is relaxed here, so let your left cheek soften into the mat. Anchor deeply through both feet. And just feel some of that sensation in the back of the heart. So the space here right behind the shoulder blade tends to get really tight on most of us. Whether we feel some knots or just some gathered heat or tension, breathe into it, let it go. If you'd like to take this a little bit further, you can bring the right arm up in the air, and then the back of that hand floats towards the back body. And it's okay if you want to open up just a little bit deeper and bind. You can rotate the hand and grab onto your shirt or your thigh. Get that right shoulder to release just a little bit more. And then don't gather that tension in the neck, so let your left cheek soften back down again if it started to creep up. And breathe deeply here. Ujjayi breathing, 2 more. Now the right arm is going to release back up in the air if it was bound. Come back into tabletop and give yourself a moment just to settle. Let that unwinding release. We'll do the other side. So right arm reaches up to the sky and exhale, thread it through the hole. Rolling onto the right shoulder, left arm at a 90-degree angle. Push the floor away from you and get that shoulder blade to tuck underneath just a little bit more. Now soften the right cheek, let go of tension in the neck, draw the navel to the spine on exhalation. Left arm can lift up in the air if you want to go a little deeper, taking the back of that hand behind you, or if you want to bind, grab onto your shirt or wiggle your fingers into your thigh and pull that left shoulder open. Relax your cheek again, check in there. Stay even in your feet and in your hips. Two more breaths. And the left arm is going to reach back up in the air, slowly unwind. Again, take your time. Let the spine settle to neutral. Good. One more here. We're going to extend right arm, left leg, flex through the heel of the foot. Exhale, bring the elbow into the knee, knee into the chest, and repeat it again. Inhale, extend away. Exhale, contract, and keep going. So strengthening that back body, bringing some heat and strength into the core. Mind in the present moment. Use your breath to move. Exhale is going to pump that breath out, and inhale is going to naturally extend you. One more. Extend one more time, and then find tabletop position. Level out for just a moment. Repeat the other side. Left arm, right leg. Exhale, bring your knee into your chest, elbow into your knee. Inhale, extend away again. Exhale, pull it in, nice and deep. Inhale, extend away, and keep going. Inhaling, exhaling with your breath. And it does feel like this pumping action in the body. One more. And we'll extend one more time. And then come back into tabletop position. Inhale, lift heart, lift sit bones, look up. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. We're nice and warm now. So find that same alignment principles for your legs and feet as we had in forearm down dog. In the upper body, roll shoulder heads away from the ears. Squeeze the inner elbows toward one another and press firmly through the web of the index and thumb. Each exhalation, navel sinks in and up underneath the rib cage, hollowing out that belly. That Mula and Uddiyana Bandha really supports you in all of the postures that you do. One more here. And then come onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, look at the hands, step forward. Open your feet hip distance apart, standing forward fold. Now in standing forward fold, either you can hook the index middle thumb around your big toes or place your hands on your shins on your inhale. Pull your heart forward, send your sit bones back. Exhale, the navel comes into the spine as you fold more deeply. If you're binding on the toes, inhale, extend the heart, straighten the arms to the best of your ability. And exhale, again, that navel goes in, forward fold. So keep going, inhaling, exhaling, feeling the back body strengthen, and then the front body contract. Each time you might find that you get just a little bit more space. Last one. Now, can you lift your left toes and place your left hand underneath your left foot, toes to the crease of the wrist, and then do the same thing on the right. So the pad of the foot is pressing into the palm of the hand. And then you could forward fold as deeply as you feel comfortable here. Keep taking that navel in and up to support the spine. Elbows continue to bend. You can keep a micro bend in your knee here.
Keep letting go, but contract that abdomen in and up. Mula and Uddiyana Bandha to support the body. Lean the weight forward so that you feel the pressure of the pad of the foot into the palm of the hand. One more here. Now, straighten the arms again so it feels like you're going back into that monkey pose. Release your hands from your feet. Bring your hands to your hips. Press equally into both feet and slowly come up to standing. And then find Samastiti, standing mountain pose, for just a moment and feel. And you can have that soft gaze at the tip of the nose for more concentration of the mind in the present moment. Let the breath settle. Okay, sun salutation. We're going to do this variation here. Big toes are touching, space between the heels, hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Step the right leg back, lower the knee, top of the foot. Inhale up for low lunge. And then exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Now, the right leg's going to step forward to the fingertips. Spin your back foot flat, heel-to-heel alignment, hips squared as you come forward and up for warrior one. And then exhale, we'll step back to plank position, and we'll modify this first round for bringing knees to floor. Squeeze elbows tight till the belly comes down, tops of the feet ground. Inhale, elbows and shoulders pull back for a low cobra, and exhale to downward facing dog. Right leg is going to step forward to the fingertips, lower the left knee down. Inhale up for low lunge, and then exhale, step forward, standing forward fold, melt over the legs. Inhale, reach all the way up, and exhale, hands to heart your way. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time we're going to step the left leg back first, lower knee, top of the foot. Inhale up for low lunge, and then exhale to down dog. Now the left leg steps forward for warrior one. Heel to heel alignment, hips are squared forward. Come up and exhale to plank position. We'll still keep that modification here. So knees go to the floor, toes lift, squeeze elbows tight. Inhale, cobra, elbows and shoulders back. Exhale, down dog. And then the left leg goes forward again. Right knee comes down. Inhale up for low lunge. And exhale, standing forward fold. Step the right foot up. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's do another round. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold, navel to spine. Right leg back, lower knee, top of the foot. Inhale up for low lunge. Exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Right leg forward for warrior one. Heel to heel, inhale as you rise. And exhale to plank position. Now this time we'll leave those knees lifted if you'd like. Chaturanga, elbows squeeze in. Inhale, then you roll over the toes for up dog. And exhale to down dog. Right leg forward, left knee down. Inhale up for low lunge. And exhale, step forward, standing forward fold, just melt. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart, left side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Left leg back, low lunge. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Left leg forward, warrior one. Inhale. And exhale, plank position. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog, left leg forward. Right knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, step forward, fold. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Last one, big toes touching, space between the heels, hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, fold. Right leg back, low lunge. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg forward, warrior one. Inhale up. Exhale, plank position. Chaturanga your way. So either knees lowered or lifted. Then it's either cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. Right leg forward, left knee to the floor. Inhale for low lunge. And exhale, step forward, standing forward fold. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. Last time, left side, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Left leg back, low lunge. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg forward, warrior one. Inhale, reach. Exhale, plank position, vinyasa your way. And then left leg forward, right knee down. Inhale for low lunge. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. Maybe breath is challenged a little bit here, but slow it back down. And keep your gaze here at the tip of the nose. Eyes are gently open. Mind in the present moment. One more. Weight into your right foot. Inhale the right arm up in the air and lean over to your left. So as you anchor to that outer foot, zip up the lower belly and soften down through that left side. Now the right rib cage continues to expand and get taller and longer, and send all the breath right into the rib cage. Traditionally, gaze is up at the inner arm. So if you feel comfortable in your neck, you can look up. Fingers are together, soft hand, no strain. Tailbone lengthening, one more. And then come back up into standing. Bring the right hand down and flex, well, it'd be really extend the wrist. So it's like you're placing your hand on a table. And now lean your left ear to your left shoulder. So you're going to feel that beautiful stretch along the right side of your neck. And then gently bring your head back to neutral. And then release the hand. We'll be putting our weight into the left outer foot this time. Inhale the left arm up. And now lean to your right. And again, you're zipping up that belly. So that's that Mula Uddiyana Bandha. Tailbone is lengthening, so there's spaciousness in the low back. Keep softening down that right leg. Look up at the inner arm. And really do your best to fill that left lung with breath. And if there's any achiness or restriction there, again, take your attention right into it rather than kind of skirting or dancing around it. Where's the body calling for attention? It just wants to be seen, wants to be heard. One more here. And then inhale, come up. And again, you're going to extend the wrist. It seems like a flexion. And then you're putting your hand into the imaginary table. And now lean your right ear to your right shoulder. And just feel that beautiful release through the side of the neck. Notice here, we carry so much of our tension in the neck and upper back. Just go right into it. And then come back to neutral. We're going to keep our feet still together. Big toes are still touching, space between the heels, hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. Sink down into chair. And now let your hips go way back. So see how low you can stand it, almost like you're about to sit back in a chair. Bring your hands into prayer. Bring them down the midline. And on your next inhale, you're going to scoop them forward and up. And as you do, keep your gaze at your hands. Now, really hollow out your belly in a way. So you're going to feel the tailbone lengthening. Pull the pelvic floor and core in and up. So it's almost a sensation of like the navel and pelvic floor are what's lifting the upper body. Keep squeezing the legs together. Anchor into the heels. Breathe deeply. It's challenging. It's almost like crunching that core for a strong workout. Press into the hands. 2 more. Relax your neck, but keep the gaze at the hands. And then inhale, straighten the legs and forward fold. Soften down for just a moment. Head and neck is relaxed. Inhale to monkey. Hands on the shin or fingertips lined up with the toes on the floor. Exhale, step back to plank position. Knees lowered or lifted, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Settle here for a moment. Ujjayi breathing, hollow out the belly. Now, keeping your feet hip distance, extend your right leg up in the air, toes point straight down. So the inner thigh of that lifted leg is reaching up towards the heavens. Now, exhale without moving your upper body. Crunch your knee into your core, and then inhale it away. Again, exhale, knee to core. Inhale away. Exhale, knee to core. Inhale away. Now you can continue that, or you want to challenge here. You're going to bring right knee to right elbow, lean forward like you're moving into plank. Inhale away. Right knee to right elbow, come forward. Inhale away. Right knee to right elbow again. Now if you want to challenge again, take right knee to left elbow. So you're crossing that midline, different set of muscle groups. Inhale away. Exhale. Inhale, one more, just like that. And then lunge this right knee to your chest and to the fingertips, spin the back foot flat for warrior one. So heel to heel alignment. Make sure that you account for the width of your hips if you need to. Anchor into the outside edge of the back foot, front knee bent in alignment with the ankle, and then keep those hips squared. Again, like we did for chair, hands in prayer, scoop forward and up. And try to keep your gaze at your fingers the whole time. Now, you may not come as far, but that's okay. You're hitting your end point there in your shoulders joint without bypassing by winging the shoulder blades. And now really reach into the outside edge of the back foot. Pull right hip back, left hip around. See if you can send the hips forward a little bit more. Lift that lower belly in and up. Gaze is steady. Mind is steady. Where's the body calling for attention? Relax the neck. One more. And now lean forward over that front leg. Send your arms back behind you. Put your body weight forward. Flex the left foot and lean forward into a variation of warrior three. And then slowly come up to standing. And find Samastiti. Standing mountain pose. Soft gaze at the tip of the nose. One more. Good. Back at the front of your mats. Big toes touching space between the heels. Hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway to monkey. And exhale, step or lightly hop back to plank position, chaturanga your way. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to down dog. All right, so feet are hip distance. Left leg's going to lift. Toes point straight down. You can peek at them. Inner thigh of that leg is lifted. Now, exhale. Without moving the upper body, crunch the knee into your chest. And then inhale it away again. And exhale, crunch. Inhale away. Exhale, crunch. Inhale away. Now you can just stay there if that's easier for you. Exhale, crunch left knee to left elbow, lean forward like you're in plank. Inhale away. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale away. Exhale. Inhale. Last one, crossing the midline. Left knee to right elbow. Inhale away. Left knee to right elbow. Inhale away. One more. Now we're going to bring that left knee into your chest. Lunge it forward to the fingertips. Spin your back foot flat. Front heel lines up with the back heel. Back toes angled in. Hips are square. Come forward and up. Now we're going to take those palms together like we did for chair and mindfully lift them towards the heavens. Gaze stays at the hands. Press into that back heel. See if you can deepen the knee by sending the hips forward a little bit more. Heart is open. Squeeze the hands in towards one another. It helps it widen the upper back. Two more breaths. And now lean forward. Bring your hands behind you. You can pivot on the ball of that back foot. 1, 2, 3. Step into warrior 3 variation. Fingers reaching towards your back toes. Heart is forward. Breathe here. And then come up. And find standing mountain pose. Toes touching, space between the heels. Gaze at the tip of your nose. One more here. Back at the front of your mats. We're going to make our way towards the floor. So big toes are touching, space between the heels, hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Now, in forward fold, you can just jump back to chaturanga if you'd like, or spread your hands wide on the ground behind you. Lift the inner palm like your hand is a suction cup by anchoring into the roots of the fingers, and then take your knees into your armpits. Let your shin bone balance on the top of the upper arm. And then you're going to lean your body weight forward so your toes get light. Now you can just lift one toe and then the other, or both, and try to lift your pelvic floor, lift your core, gaze forward slightly, finding that balance. And then jump the feet open and come into yogi squat, toes out, heels in. Weights back into the sit bones, elbows on the insides of the knees if the heels are down, otherwise they sit on top if the heels are up, and then hands into prayer. And just let those hips open for a few moments, let gravity do the work. Two more breaths. And then bring your sit bones down to the floor, setting up for Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet are going to come together. If you need to prop your sit bones up on a blanket, please do so. And then you can bring your hands by your hips and scoot your pelvic floor forward with an anterior tilt to help deepen the stretch. Now you're going to hold onto the feet. Inner foot opens up slightly like the page of a book. Elbows squeeze into your midline and heart extends forward. Crown reaches towards the heavens. Now gazing here gently at the tip of the nose. Feel that extension of the spine, all that length we've created. Keep lifting the pelvic floor and core so that there's a buoyancy in the upper body. Crown of the head is lifting, chin is in, back of the neck is long. One more deep breath here like this. And now just like a roly-poly, we're going to curl down, bringing the crown of the head towards the feet. So you're going to lift from your pelvic floor and your core and curl, make like a little ball. Curl down, and if the elbows stay into the sides and they happen to touch the upper thighs, you can press the upper thighs open a little bit more, but really so much of the action here is coming from pelvic floor lifting and core lifting, turning us into that nice little round shape ball. Each exhalation, you can deepen that just a little bit more. One more here. And now lean back again. Find that tall spine we had just a moment ago. And we're going to hook the index middle thumb around the big toe. You can lean back on your sit bones and bring your feet up. Soles of the feet stay together, balancing here. Now, if that's comfortable, keep that heart lifting. And we're going to open the legs out wide. You can have the gaze forward, or if you're comfortable, you can lean your head back slightly and gaze up at the heavens. Now, bring the legs together. Continue to hold the toes. Same thing if you'd like, you can lean back. It's much more challenging. Heart moves forward towards the thighs. Core moves towards the thighs. And then if you're comfortable, head to the center, release the hands all together, and gaze between the legs or at the toes. Core is strong. Navasana. Boat pose. Good. Cross your legs. Come to the middle of your mat if you're not already there. And in a Sukhasana type variation, hold your legs as close to you as possible with a flat back. Now, if you have the ability to do this with half or full lotus, you're welcome to take that instead, keeping the legs up like this. And we're going to do some rock and rolls through the spine. So in traditional Ashtanga, you go in a circle, but here we'll just go forward and back. So we're going to let the body roll back and come up and balance. Roll back, come up and balance. Couple more with your breath. Last one. We'll come all the way up into a seated position. Inhale, the arms reach up. Wiggle the sit bones back. And exhale, just melt. Melt over the legs. Let everything soften here. Head and neck is soft. Breathe into any areas of sensation. Good, last one. And then just slowly walk your hands back with a tall spine. Take a moment. And we're going to come into a variation of Janu Sirsasana. So we're going to start with a wide Janu. You're going to open that leg almost like you're moving into Upavishta Konasana. Take the heel of the right foot into that inner thigh of the left. So we have this nice wide angle. And we're going to inhale the left arm up in the air. Exhale, float that arm down. Now, if you can get the forearm on the inside of the calf, you're just going to rest it there. And then the right arm inhales up and over the head. And then exhale, bend the elbow and twist the navel to the right, gazing up. Do it again. Inhale the top arm over the head. Exhale, bend the elbow, twist the navel, look up. We're going to do that 3 more times with your breath. So just creating a little more lateral length on this right side is the goal. Navel hugs in as you twist. One more. Good. And then inhale the top arm over the head to stay. Notice the length. And then reach up with that right arm and come all the way back to seated. And just for a moment, breathe into that sensation in the body. You can feel the right side is maybe a little longer than the left. Okay, let's switch legs. Take the right one out, wide angle. Left foot goes to the inner thigh, close to the body as possible. Flex your right foot. Inhale the left arm up this time. Oh, sorry, I repeat that. Inhale the right arm up. Take the right arm on the inside of the right leg first. And palm faces up. Left arm's gonna lift up and over the head as you inhale. And exhale, bend the elbow and twist and rotate the navel to the left. Again, inhale. Exhale. 3 more with your breath. Now you might find there's a difference between one side and the other. It's pretty typical. Remember, any of those areas that are tight, they just want to be seen. So take your attention in there. Bring the present moment consciousness there. One more. Now you're going to stay with the top arm over the head. Just a couple extra breaths. Breathe into the left rib cage. And then lift the left arm up, slowly come back up. Sit with a tall spine and a relaxed body. And draw the navel in and back. We're going to extend the left leg out again, and this time we're going to do more of a squared hip janu. Right foot comes to the inner thigh. Right knee angles in a little bit more, so it's not a nice open knee like we had a moment ago. It's just angled in. And the left foot is flexed. So we want to do some breathing with this next variation. It's called Maha Mudra. So it's technically a body mudra and less of a posture, but we're going to do some variations so that you can choose where you want to be today. If you're not comfortable with breath retention, then it's best not to press it without having somebody in front of you to really help support and guide you. So in this tall, extended spine, you're going to reach for the toes of your left foot. Now the key here is to keep the back straight and as flat as possible, because with that straight spine, when we start doing retention, we're going to be able to direct energy more clearly into the spine itself. Okay, so we'll create some flexibility here together. Inhale, flatten out your spine. This is the goal of where we're going. Exhale, forward fold, navel in. Inhale, lean back again. Now the breath has to move you here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lean back. And exhale, fold. And inhale, lean back. And we'll switch sides. So same position. You want to have your hips more squared. You can internally rotate that left thigh, left foot to inner thigh. Remember, this left knee is angled in more now. And we're going to reach for the toes. Want to work on sending the sit bones back and keeping that spine nice and long. Inhale here. And exhale, fold. Navel in. Inhale, lean back. Nice flat back. Chin in, back of the neck long. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. and exhale. All right, we're going to go back to the first side, excuse me. Left foot leg straight, internally rotate that thigh, take the right foot to the inner thigh. So if you found that that generated enough heat for you, or you felt like it was challenging, or even if you can't get the toes, you can't get the handle of a straight spine, maybe you have to slide back and hold the shin or use a strap, then just continue with that inhale, exhale without retention. If you're comfortable with retention, I'm going to demonstrate this first and then we'll do it together. You're going to inhale like we did before. You're going to exhale all the breath out as you forward fold. So you're getting even more empty than before. Now, you're not going to breathe in here. You're going to hold the breath out, lean back with the breath held out, and create as straight of a spine as possible and lift the pelvic floor and core as deeply in and up underneath the rib cage as you can. And the chin is tucked, so we have Mula, Uddiyana, and Jalandhara Bandha. And then when you need to release, you're going to release the chin, release, take a breath here, inhale, exhale, fold, and we'll repeat it again, okay? But there's a lot of things going on with this particular posture and this retention. Get a lot of sensitivity in the back. The way my teacher described it is really that is really just breaking up some of that density, what we like to call tamas, heaviness and density in the body. Let's try this together. Again, you can just go back to what we were doing before, in and out with no retention. Inhale here. Exhale all the breath out as you forward fold. Hold the breath out, don't breathe in, lean back again, and now use that emptiness like a suction to lift your pelvic floor and core as deeply in and up into the body as possible. Chin is in, back of the neck is long. When you need to breathe in here, release the chin. Exhale, forward fold. Empty as completely as possible. Hold the breath out, don't breathe in, lean back. Use that suction to lift pelvic floor and core as deeply in and up underneath the rib cage as possible. Chin is in, spine is as flat as possible. When you need to breathe in, relax the chin, breath in. 3 more on your own. Generates a lot of heat. One more. And sit up. Take a moment. Soft gaze at the tip of the nose. Take a couple of recovery breaths. It's intense. And we'll switch sides. Internally rotate the right leg. Take the left foot into the inner thigh. Angle the left knee in a little bit more so your hips are more square. Remember the option of just holding on and going in and out without any retention at all. You can continue that. That's building that same structure that we need to go forward into the Maha Mudra practice. Otherwise, hold on to your toes. Take a full inhale here. I'll talk you through the first one. Exhale all the breath out here. Fold over that leg, empty as completely as possible. Hold the breath out now. Don't breathe in. Lean back, flatten the spine. Lift the pelvic floor of the core as deeply in and up as possible. Chin is in, so we've got all 3 bandhas, straight to bandha here. Holding, lifting as much as you can. As soon as you need to breathe in, release the chin, full breath in. Fill all the way down to the pelvic floor and exhale again, all the breath out. When you're empty, lean back. Three more. No rush, take your time, take a recovery breath. Sit tall and gaze at the tip of the nose. Just to anchor the mind, feel present moment awareness. Good, and we'll release the leg. We'll come onto our backs. Have a block handy nearby. So as I mentioned, it can bring up a lot of stuff or clear or break through a lot of stuff. So we'll just take care of the back here. Arms out wide into a T and point the palms down. Keep your knees together here using your core. Just take your knees halfway to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, take your knees halfway to the right. Inhale back to center and keep going back and forth. Just a little rocking here. Over the hips, over the muscles of the low back. Just let it feel like a nice little massage there. And then as you get more comfortable or flexibility starts to creep in, you can go a little bit further back and forth. Feeling that twist there in that section between the hips and the low ribs. One more, back and forth. And then we'll end with the knees as close to your chest as possible and then twisting them over to the left. Hold them, stack them. Now turn the palm up on your right hand and gaze over that right shoulder and just let gravity do the rest of the work. Again, take your attention right into the areas of sensation, that present moment awareness. See it, feel it, hear it. What's there? And then come back to center. Bring your knees as close to your chest as possible. And now take them over to the right side. And make sure the knees are stacked. Hold them with your hand. And now you can turn your left palm up. And gaze over that left shoulder. And just settle in. And then gravity do the rest of the work. You just stay present, breathing. One more here. And then come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Give a little bit of a squeeze there. Feel the low back flatten against the earth. And then bring your feet down. Have that block handy nearby. And we're just going to very gently come up into bridge. So first lift the tailbone and then lower it back down. Inhale, lift the tailbone and the sacrum. And lower them down. Inhale, lift the tailbone, sacrum, lower back. Exhale and lower it down. Tailbone, sacrum, lower back, middle back. Exhale it down. And one more all the way up to the upper back. And do that 3 more times, nice and slow, all the way to the upper back. Remember, the breath moves the body. And the last one here. Very nice. Now you can either keep your back flat and just lift your legs straight up in the air with the soles of the feet facing the ceiling. Or if you'd like to do modified Viparita Karani Mudra, you're going to take the block underneath the sacrum. So coming back into bridge on the tallest part of the foot, and then slide the block underneath. Ideally the block's on the tall edge, but you could do middle or flat edge. You want to feel comfortable here. You want to feel like it takes no effort to hold up the legs. Palms can face up, shoulders can open wide. Breathe deeply. Now you can still reach the ball of the foot towards the ceiling and keep the legs firm. But we're just really letting the prop do the work here. And if you prefer, you can have your hands just cupping the glutes as if you were holding your hips up, which is a more traditional variation of this pose. And then take the legs wide, letting gravity open them up. Again, the block is in a position to support you. Present moment awareness, perhaps even noticing now that the mind really doesn't care about the distractions around it. It's anchored. It may hear them, but doesn't get pulled by the attraction of them. And then come back to center, and you can either continue to keep the legs lifted, wide, or if you'd like, you can move the legs into full or half lotus, if that feels comfortable for you. And if you choose to come into full or half lotus, you can gently reach the knees slightly away, so there's some depth to the stretch of the inner thighs. Two more breaths. And then if you were in lotus, you can gently unwind, bring the legs back into bridge, stay on the balls, the feet, slide the block out. And now one vertebrae at a time, and really milk this. So take your time to feel each bone as it connects to the earth. Just that beautiful release for the body and the spine. And then you can either keep the knees bent for a moment if you need to, or you can just extend the legs long to the floor and prepare for Shavasana. If you're in a lighted room, you may want to use an eye pillow, or if it's cool out where you are, you can just place a blanket on you. Shoulder blades are tucked underneath you. Palms are facing up. And then body just sinks into the earth. You don't have to think about the breath anymore. It just comes in and out through the body's intelligence. And just rest in that present moment awareness, that experience of the now. So very slowly begin to deepen your breath. Let your thumb run across your fingertips, wiggle your toes. And just roll your wrists and your ankles. And without rushing, gently draw your knees into your chest. Give them a hug. And then curl over onto your right side and rest in fetal for a moment. Arm under the head as a pillow. And slowly placing the hand into the earth, come back up into seated. The head and neck is heavy, eyes closed as you come up. Sit with a tall spine, relaxed body. And take a moment here just to feel. As you root the sit bones down and lift through the crown of the head, space in the vertebrae. And on your next inhale, breathe in through the nostrils and take the breath as high up in the body as you can. So see and feel the energy of the breath moving beyond the crown of the head, as high up towards the heavens as possible. And then on the exhale, see that same energy, that light come down along the front side of the body. Past the third eye, the throat, the heart, past the solar plexus, the sacrum, and then down to the root and see it go as deeply down past the root as possible. And then on your next inhale, bring it down, up from that spot rather, through the back side of the body, passing the back side of the chakras, and sending it all the way back up beyond the crown of the head, as high up into the heavens as you can see and feel. And then repeat that again. As you exhale, it comes down from that highest point, slowly passes third eye, front of the throat, front of the heart, front of the solar plexus, front of the sacrum, down to the root and beyond the root. As far as you can imagine, as far as you can feel. And then inhale it from that lowest point, back up through root, back of the sacrum, back of the solar plexus, back of the heart, back of the throat, back of the third eye, all the way to the crown, as high up beyond the crown as you can. Again, bring it down through that front line as you exhale. As low as you can feel and sense it. And then inhale from that lowest point up the back line, inhaling as it comes up. Beyond the crown, the highest peak you can get. And just one more. Down through the front line. That lowest point. And up the back line from the lowest point to the highest. And now when you get to that highest point, keep your awareness there.
And you can just let the breath out. Awareness stays in that highest point. Mind anchored there. Now keeping that light and feeling of high vibration, high energy, expansiveness and connection to source. Gradually bring your hands back together in front of your heart, where we settle the mind once again in the heart, the seat of this consciousness. And we'll complete the practice with the chant of Om, as well as the Loka chant, to send this good energy out to the world and all those that need it. So take a deep inhale in and a long exhale out. And a deep inhale in. Swasti prajabhya pariparyantam yagena magena mahin mahisha gobrahmanibhya shivamastu nityam gopraha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be everywhere be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings be happy and free. Namaste.